everything, that has been given me. Lord knows, it has been some journey, and a lot of you have been with me on this journey, and I'm so uber grateful for just being able to be me. Unapologetically Darlaina Rose. That is who I am. And that in itself, and just being able to move around the way that I've been able to move around, I'm grateful for. I've been getting a lot of questions about the vaccine and my thoughts about the vaccine. Listen, all I can say to you is you have to make the best decision for you and for your family. My only my only advice would be to do your own due diligence. Do not listen to television, to media. Do your own searches. Watch some YouTube. Pull some Google articles up, and you will see that what media is reporting is not 100% truthful. The whole goal is to get more people vaccinated. I heard Joe Biden say it's American to be vaccinated. I heard an eighth grade teacher telling students inappropriately what they should do, that they should get vaccinated. If you feel that you should get vaccinated, then you should get vaccinated. If you feel you shouldn't, then you shouldn't. It is a decision that you get to make. It's just like voting or religion or whatever. You get to make, your choice. I just say just to make sure that you are getting good information to make a decision on. All right. That's my words on vaccinations. Okay. One of the things that I have been having a lot of conversation about with some of my clients is the words self sabotage. Why do we self sabotage? What is self sabotage? Are we guilty of self sabotaging? And I think at some point in our lives, we all do that to a degree. But when it gets to the place where your behaviors begin to get in the way of accomplishing your goals, and reduce your own self-confidence in what you're doing, know that self-sabotage, if you feel guilty of it, that you are not alone. It is a common issue that's often done without even noticing that I'm sabotaging myself. And self sabotage is rooted in feelings of worthlessness, of of fear, and they often, that's what causes us to not only harm our progress but our relationships, and our overall health can be um, damaged by this self sabotage. Excuse me. The first step to realize that self sabotaging is a pattern or behavior that you're engaging in, and often without even realizing it, is you need to pinpoint the triggers that cause these self destructive actions. When I think about some of the things that I wanted to do and been working on doing, like, why did it take you 20 years?
I muted everybody.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Somebody muted everybody.
Okay, there we go. We muted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I can hear you.
Okay, good.
That's better. For a little while.
Okay. I was talking for a good while.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll just start at the beginning. Um, the the thing that has been coming up with a lot of my clients is self sabotage. What are we doing to sabotage our own goals, or our own things that we want to bring to life? And a lot of us are guilty of it. So just know that you are not alone if you are feeling this way. It is a very common issue that we do without even noticing that we're doing it. Self sabotage can be rooted in things like um, fear, feelings of worthlessness, and those feelings can harm your progress. It can harm relationships. It can even harm your overall health by not catching it. And so the first step to really realizing that self-sabotage is a pattern of behavior that you're engaged in without even realizing it again is to try to pinpoint triggers that are causing this self-destructive stuff. And self-sabotage is something that you don't even think about. And one of the things I even think about with myself is like, you've been talking about doing a whole bunch of things over the last 20 years, right? And so why is it taking 20 years? And it is the fear, one, uh am I worthy of this? And so when you have these feelings of unworthiness, what that leads to is procrastination. Oh, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be the bomb at it when I do it. And then what do? We procrastinate. And so procrastination is in direct correlation to feelings of unworthiness, that you feel somewhere deep down that you're not worthy of what it is that you are wishing for yourself. So self-sabotage is when you engage in these behaviors or thoughts that interfere with your goals, and then it kind of creates problems in your life. These behaviors, whether they're done purposeful or unconsciously, they really prevent you from living a life that you hope for, and can lead to feelings of insecurity, resentment, and self judgment. And so then the next question comes: why do we do it? Why do we do that? Hold on. Okay. I don't know who unknown is calling me. Why are you calling me between 9 and 10? Don't call me between 9 and 10. Anyway, why do people do it? There's a lot of reasons why people may engage in self-destructive behaviors, but it may be difficult for you to pinpoint why exactly you struggle with self-sabotaging behaviors. But a good starting point is really to examine what behaviors hinder your ability to reach your life goals, whether that's dietary goals, fitness goals, relationship goals, professional goals, or even personal goals. And so the first thing is fear. Fear is really a major factor in self-sabotaging behaviors. You may fear failing. You may fear being successful, which may seem a little bit unusual, but it happens when the path to success is stressful. Because people think that, people wake up and are successful. We know that the path to success is not a straight line. Sometimes it's not even a straight direction. You can be going in one direction and then have to do a whole 180 and go back the way you came to go back the way you was going. Or sometimes you might got to go to the left, you might have to go to the right, and so it is not a straight path. And sometimes it can be very stressful, the idea of being successful. So sometimes you can um, have the fear of this success because you don't know what it looks like. And so it's not uncommon for people to really fear what will happen if I really achieve this goal. What will happen if I really do get the job of my dreams, or the woman of my dreams, or the man of my dreams? What will really happen if I get to do the work of my dreams? And so what happens when people get it, they're like, oh, wait a minute. Am I getting there? I think I'm getting there. And so then they engage in behaviors that make the achievement of this goal either more difficult or unlikely. And so it really is not um, uncommon. And the next thing is insecurities. Self-sabotaging may come because a person doesn't feel confident or worthy enough to find happiness or achieve a goal. These insecurities that come up, they keep people from pushing forward and really reduce your motivation. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just stay right here. This is good. I'm good with that. The other problem that comes up is the need to control everything, the uncertainty of new things, even positive outcomes can make people uncomfortable. And that leads to these self-sabotaging behaviors that bring them back to more comfortable situations that they have control over. In that case, comfort is simply a place or emotion that we've experienced before, even if it's negative. So, what does that mean? That means that you may say, this relationship may be not physically abusive, maybe a little emotionally abusive, but at least I know him or her. And I'm going to just kind of stay right here because I know what's going to happen right here. I understand right here. But if I say I'm going to leave and decide to look for a new relationship, oh my goodness, that means I got to really leave this one to get to a new one. But suppose the new person is worse, suppose, or suppose the new person never comes, and then you just say, you know what, I'm just going to stay over here because it's just more comfortable. Same thing with work. You could be on a job that you absolutely hate, but you understand how to, you have managed to maneuver through the coworkers that aren't really nice. You managed to maneuver through the management that isn't really nice, and you figured out how to make it on just enough money to get you through. And so since you figured out all that stuff, that is your comfort zone when it comes to work. And so when you think about building a business or changing your job or getting more education so that you can do better, it's scary. And so since you can't control how that's all going to come together, you're just like, I'm gonna stay right here because it's just more comfortable for me to stay right here. And so we stay right in those spaces and we don't make the changes. The next thing people do is they really place blame. Like if so, people have a tendency to be quick to point fingers every time something goes wrong. Oh, that was you, that was you, that was you. But you notice every time you point a finger at somebody, you got couple more fingers pointing right back at you. And it's self-sabotaging to point at other people because then you placing the blame on somebody else, and that means that you don't take any responsibility or realize that there's some things that you could have done to change that whole scenario. And sometimes we just need to realize that things don't go according to plan. They just don't. You can plan what they say, often the best laid plans often go awry. Sometimes things don't go according to plan, and that's just it. And so by placing blame on other people, it doesn't allow you to learn, it doesn't allow you to grow from this challenging situation. It's easy to blame other people in the face of adversity. But how is that contributing to your relationship or your personal growth? It just doesn't. It's no help at all. And then procrastination. It is not uncommon to stall, to hesitate before beginning an important task. And this can be a reaction to fear or lack of motivation. And procrastination is definitely self sabotage, a type of self sabotage. And again, it takes you back to these feelings of maybe I'm not worthy of this goal that I'm asking for. Maybe it's too big for me, or maybe that just happens to other people, or maybe I'm not supposed to have it, or your mother didn't do it, your father didn't do it, your grandmother didn't do it, and nobody else did it. So what makes you think that you could do it? So all of these things play in our mind. So what are the signs? See if this is you. Because if you're wondering if you've been practicing self-destructive behaviors in your own life, here are some of the common signs. Chronic. And what does chronic mean? All the time. Chronic procrastination. Is that you? Just keep putting things off and putting it off and putting it off. And before you know it, it's 2020, it's 2019, it's 2020, it's 2021. We not far. What we got? 6 months left. 2021. It's about to be 2022. Or thinking these persistent self-defeating thoughts of not being good enough, not being educated enough, I'm not old enough, I'm not young enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not fat enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not short enough. Somewhere in there, I'm not enough. Persistent self-defeating thoughts. And thinking that you're never going to be good enough.
Ouch.
Just thinking that you're never going to be good enough. I don't care how hard you work at it, child. You just might as well sit on down because you ain't gonna never get it right. That's a terrible thought. Or putting yourself down. You know you wasn't that smart in school. You know you didn't do good grades, and you really, matter of fact, you didn't even finish. So what makes you think you're gonna be able to do that? And there's so many examples of people who have done well without status quo. Les Brown was deemed mentally retarded, no college education, and one of the top motivational speakers in the world. Lisa Nichols, top speaker, took her company from welfare to Wall Street. She got a D in speech, and her speech teacher told her that she should never speak in public. Steve Harvey's teacher told him that ain't nobody in his family ever been on TV, and why would he write that down on his paper? And you know what he do for her? Every Christmas he send that teacher a flat screen TV. At this point, she probably got about 10, 15, 20 years of televisions, because it don't matter what you turn on, at somewhere, some point, you going to see Steve Harvey. He is everywhere.
But you ever, hold it, wait. Like I got stuck at procrastination.
Yes.
Do you realize? But and when you said it in a way of, now watch this. And now we're talking about this sabotaging thing. Mm-hmm. And you said, well, I remember back in the day they said, it wasn't that I actually did something, but sin starts in the thought of it.
Yes.
So if I think, right, every time I ask, well, why do you think this? And everybody would always say, I know they felt really comfortable to say, they would say, I know I always procrastinate. I'm always procrastinating. And you like there, you're just like in that thing so hard that you just believe to yourself now. You just said it.
Yep.
I always thought, like I would always, I know I'm a good and they thought that was okay because I think procrastination is such a long word.
Yes.
But that thing there is like, and then you think it. So it's like if you, it's a, and oh my God.
Yes.
Geez, you really hurting up something today.
I'm sorry.
Start out good, but you done messed up now bad.
I messed up bad now. Okay, well, let's what do we say all these months ago, years ago? You cannot fix what you do not confront. And at the same time, when I speak to all of you, I promise you I'm talking to myself. And we have had many of these conversations, Mr. Satchel, ourselves, about the things that not only that you do, but that I do, and that other people that we love that's close to us that do. So we're not inoculated from these problems. We have them too. The difference
but listen,
is,
stop. Look. Now look at the question that Sharon just asked herself.
What'd she say?
Look at the question.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
Just tell her. Huh? Just tell her what the question was. Oh, why do I procrastinate? You keep, so all of a sudden she knows she does it.
Mm-hmm.
In your mind.
Yes. 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 We all do it to a degree, but some of us, because of personal development, will catch it sooner than others. And so awareness is the key. And so sometimes you unconsciously do these things. So once you are aware, it's like, okay, why am I doing this? Why don't I want to do it? And kind of identify that. Remember, we were talking about Louise Hay. I don't even know how long ago we were talking about Louise Hay, and Louise Hay said, "Why did you become a doctor?" And I became a doctor because my dad was a doctor, and his dad was a doctor. But did you want to become a doctor? No. And so sometimes the things that we are procrastinating is because we just don't want to do it. So that's the thought process. Doesn't necessarily have to be um exactly these reasons that you're unworthy of the goal. It could be that you don't want the goal. You may be going after a goal because you think that somebody else want you to do it, but that's not exactly what you want to do. So there's a little bit of work that needs to go around the procrastination to determine why. I don't want to do it because I don't like school. I don't want to go to school no more.
There's something there. It is something there.
Absolutely something there. Like, why won't I do it? And so you just have to, kind of think about what that is. Sometimes it's because you feel like you're not enough, or you don't have enough, or you don't have enough of this or that or the other thing. And what we know for 100% fact is that the things that we're supposed to do, half the time the things we think we need to do it, we don't even need it. Some people become professional students because they just think they're not smart enough. And then the minute they start talking, I'm like, oh my God, you're so smart. You know so much. And a lot of it they know is from hands on. And so we just gotta pay attention to these signs, you know. And when you're having these constant self-defeating thoughts, oh, I can't do that. I can't be rich. I, I'm just not that smart. These thoughts that come up, and then these thoughts stop you from doing the things that could get you to it. The people who become, rich, or the people who get to their dreams, they get to it from a series of things that they do. It's not something that they did all at once and all of a sudden, unless they inherited their money, then that's another thing. But most of these people have done a series of things over and over again, and that's how they become successful. But you telling yourself that you're not good enough and all that kind of stuff, it is just holding you back and sabotaging what you are doing for yourself. You know, Thinking, the thought that you'll never be good enough, never, no matter what, never. Some people think that they'll never be good enough to have their goal. And because they think that, they will never do the work in order for them to get to the goal. And the putting yourself down, putting myself down, saying, oh, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, small enough, tall enough, all of that, you don't have enough education, all of that will stop you in your tracks as well. So we don't want to we want to kind of identify if this is you. Sometimes there's people who, every time they're supposed to do something, they just go get a snack. They go get something to eat. And they get into this whole thing of emotional eating. Like, I'm gonna just make me something to eat, and then I'm a and then I'm gonna get to it. And then you turn on the TV, or then you pick up the phone, or you get on social media, and now here you go on the whole procrastination thing. Completely avoiding the tasks that need to be completed in order for you to get to the next space or the next level. Yes, mentally blocking your blessings or blaming other people when stuff goes wrong. Every time I trying to do something, you always, and it was you, and it was you. How about it was you?
Yeah.
How about when?
I think that's true. Here go one for you.
Uh-huh.
So watch the belief again.
Yes.
Do you believe like this, right? Because whatever it is we're talking about, like if I believe, you believe, like, so if you believe, like you just said, when you say it, you don't even realize you say it because you're the one saying it. And if I say, well, why don't you talk to him? No, because he always, in your mind, it's there. So you believe you procrastination. Do you believe you procrastinate all the time? So we got to break this thinking. It's got to be broken. It's got to.
Yes.
It's like, well, if I think I ain't gonna say nothing, and then you ain't gonna say nothing to them. Because you believe this is how they're gonna act, because they acted that way. They say they're gonna always, every time I talk to them, they're gonna be like that.
I took out the words always and never.
Yes.
They never get it right. They always going. And so I took those words out. And when people speak to me and they say you always, and this is my response every time. I always. You never. I never.
Really?
And then it makes them think, well, that ain't true. And so, we can't use it. So I'm always checking those words when those words come out, when my kids say it, when my siblings say it, whoever says that, like, really, is that really the truth? That's not really the truth. So let's back up to the truth. Don't say I always, because that's not true. And don't say I never, because that's not true. And so when we start using those types of words, those words block and stop. And so we don't want those. And so we don't want to blame other people when something goes wrong. We really want to see, try to get the lesson from everything. Everything is a lesson in the test. We say it all the time. Everything is a lesson in the test. So what is the lesson? What is the test? What did you learn from the situation? And sometimes people go into, like, I can't do it because it's not going to instantly work. I'm not going to get instantly gratified. So since it's not going to be instant gratification and I got to wait for however long, I'm not going to do it. I need to be an overnight success. If I can't be an overnight success, I'm not doing it. How long is it going to take again? And the goal is to achieve the short-term goals that's going to lead you to the long-term goals. It's not instantaneous. Nothing we do is going to be instantaneously. Nothing. And so the other thing is never feeling satisfied even after achieving a goal. Now, one of my friends just checked me on that myself. She said, you talking about the next thing, and you haven't even stopped and relishing what you just did. And I don't even think that it was a idea that I wasn't satisfied. It's just I was just moving. And we do need to slow down and take stock of what we have accomplished, and relish in the fact that we've achieved a major goal. The other thing that people do, they push away or pick fights with people that they love. Like, why are we backing up from people that we love or picking fights with people that we love? And that's all self-sabotaging. All self-sabotage, self-sabotaging to your relationship. Because the people that love you. And so why would you be picking with them or starting trouble? Or even dating people that don't treat you well. Like, why are we doing that? And so the next question becomes, okay, now we've identified all these things that we do that are self-sabotaging, but why do we do it? What causes self-sabotaging behaviors? Why do we do that? And so there's several reasons why people may form these self-sabotaging habits or hinder your own ability to find success. The first thing is anxiety and stress. If any situation provokes feelings of stress or anxiety, it's common to just push it away and prevent those negative emotions, even though the stress and anxiety may be just about how to implement a new process that's going to help you to get to your next level. But because it's anxiety, it's like, I don't want that. It could be about a new job or a relationship or even anxiety about something that's going well in your life. And because you don't want to deal with it, sabotage it. Like, that's too much stress, too much anxiety. I can't be bothered. And the anxiety and stress could be all around something good, something great even. Let's say you somebody that's been waiting for the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams to come along, and when you meet them, you get such anxiety because they're a new person and you're trying to, make a good impression and all that. And next thing you know, it's just like, oh my God, this is too much anxiety, too much stress, and you let go of something amazing and something great. So that's a go no go. The next cause is fear of failure. That fear can lead to a negative mindset and behaviors that can push you further away from achieving your goal. It can be driven by lack of self-confidence or past situations that didn't go as planned. So we know the subconscious mind is there to protect us, right? So if something bad happened before, then your mind is going to tell you, don't do that, because you did that before. And the last time you did it, it didn't work out. And so that fear of failure is going to tell you, don't try again because you tried that and it didn't work before. Another cause of self-sabotaging behavior. Sometimes childhood trauma or unhealthy patterns, like people who were put down as children or experienced childhood trauma may engage in self-sabotaging behaviors just because somebody told them that they weren't good enough. And it's a way of just repeating a pattern that was comfortable for you then, you know. And so you got to be so careful, especially when it comes to children, telling them things like, oh, you never gonna be good. I remember hearing grandparents or aunts or uncles saying to kids, well, your daddy was a no count scoundrel, so you gonna be a no count scoundrel just like him. How you know that? I'm 8 years old. Well, how you know these things? Why would you say these things to kids? And so over time, yes, yes, it's so crazy. Over time, these actions, they feel normal, and anything outside of them triggers this fear of discomfort. And so it will stop you in your tracks from doing whatever it is that you're supposed to do. This one really blew my mind. The cause of self-sabotaging behavior: negative relationships. There are people in your life that are unhealthy for you, period. These unhealthy relationships may cause you to have issues with trust and contribute to your sense of self-worth. I remember somebody just telling me, that talking thing, they ain't gonna ever make you no money. Why you doing that? With all the curse words in between. That's some BS talking, speaking. Now, when I was in the grade and for talking, and my mom wanted to beat me. My dad said, "Don't beat her because they're talking might pay her one day." And then I grow up and get in relationships that tell me that it's not going to work. And when you hear things are not going to work from people that you love and care about, it can really throw off everything because you trust them. You trust their judgment about you. And then before you know it, you believe it. Oh yeah, that's probably not gonna work. Yeah, you probably shouldn't even do that. You should just know. Yeah, and right, it's gonna make me a millionaire. That's right. Tell them. Like really, I'm telling you, like people, these unhealthy relationships with people in your life, it could be brother, sister, father, mother. You got to get away from those people that's saying these things to you because it's not true. But we take it in, and sometimes we don't even know that we taking it in. I'm gonna tell you a true story. After I got divorced and I moved into my own place, I was riddled with self doubt. And not because of anything that I said to myself, but because of everything that my husband said to me. I didn't believe I could do anything. I didn't believe I could take care of a house. I didn't believe I could take care of my kids by myself. I didn't believe none of that stuff. But it was all so untrue. But it took so long for me to get that out of my thought processes. So these people that's telling you this stuff, yes, toxic relationships are like cancer. You have to cut them out or it spreads. Yes, Boogie, tell them. We cannot have these people around that's going to tell you these things. You know, it is the worst form of abuse to just kill somebody's dream. You know, you all excited, you go say, "Oh, that's what I'm about to do." And then like, that's stupid. They ain't gonna work. And so you like, really? You don't think so? No. That's the dumbest crap I ever heard in my life. You better just go back to your good job. You need to stay at your good job. You know, the one that give you anxiety and make you feel like you have a heart attack? You need to stay there. That's what I was told. Stay at your good job. Ooh, I'm so glad I listened to those folks. And listen, I'm telling you, listen. You cannot listen to, because a lot of times your heart is telling you what to do. And then we go outside of ourselves. Now we already know internally what we're supposed to do because it keeps coming up. And then something outside, get um you want to go get this confirmation outside of you. There is no confirmation outside of you. You already got the confirmation. You don't need to ask nobody no questions. All you need to do is do what God told you to do. Because he gave the vision to you. He didn't give it to nobody else. And so you trying to explain the vision and get them to see and get them to support. And I'm only speaking for me. Like what Crystal said, I'm going to just talk about me. That's what I did. Trying to get them to believe in what I believe. And at the end of the day, they didn't believe. And so it cut all this, it added all these years to the process because I didn't believe. I believed until I asked somebody else. Yes, dream killers. They don't believe in themselves, so how can they believe in you? Absolutely. And so it adds more time to what you already doing, trying to explain the vision. Don't explain the vision. Just go for the vision. And it's okay if people don't agree. Sometimes we're afraid to bump heads because somebody don't agree. And sometimes that could be the end of something old and the beginning of something new or a new way of being. You know, I had to learn to be by myself. You know, because all of that, no, it's a no. And so the other cause could be just being bored. True boredom leads to self sabotage. When I read that, I said, really? Because you lose the desire to focus on something like a relationship, a job, or a task. I'm just bored with the whole process. I don't feel like being bothered. I'm just going to leave it alone. Is that you? Bored? This relationship is boring me to death. This job is boring me to death. So I'm just going to go and do my bare minimum. Not going to try to be the best at it. Or whatever I'm doing is boring me to death. Or some forms of addiction to food, to alcohol, to drugs, gambling. Other temptations can cause dysfunctional behaviors and beliefs and can sabotage everything that you're working on. And so now that we know these ways, how in the world can we stop self-sabotaging yourself? How can we stop? One, what is the vision for your life? What do you want for your life? Create your vision. How many times? Vision board, write it down, make it plain. Creating this vision board really is a visualization of what it is that you want. It will help to promote your goal. Put what you want in front of your face. Put it where you can see it every single day. And creating this vision really makes the vision loud and proud and in your face, and whoever else is looking. So they can see and you can see. And I just read an article that said if you cut the pictures out and put the pictures on the vision board, right, and you put a story behind the pictures, hey, if you put a picture behind the story, it will make it even more believable so that you will work for that thing to come true. Like, for instance, if you have a picture of a car, you can put yourself in the car and say, this is the car that I drive to the beach every Saturday in my new life. And I go pick up my girlfriend Karen, and I pick up my nephew, and I pick up my godchild. We all get in this car and we all go for an amazing day and make a whole story around that car. Or if you are you're working on getting a lake house. Oh, this is the house that when I wake up in the morning, I stand in the mirror in the window and I can see the lake as far as I can see. I hear the birds. I hear, just tell the story. When you tell the story, it makes the vision more believable. So add the story to your vision. And so there's research around that indicates that when you goal set and have, this story, it will add a positive effect on your mental health. And this positive effect can help you in any goal that you're setting. And it's definitely a useful tool for anybody who's stuck in a cycle of it. Because once you create the vision and now you can see it, every day you're going to see it. And so even if you're feeling not good or having a bad day, just go sit in front of your vision and visualize yourself in these places. Visualize having your dream. Visualize living in your goals, living out these things. The next thing you want to do is pinpoint the things that are stressing you. To stop self-sabotaging behavior, you really need to identify the triggers that cause these actions. So if you're feeling stressed or engaging in self-defeating behaviors, then write down the situation, how you're feeling, how you handle the situation in your journal. Over time, what that's going to do is it's going to help you to notice the patterns. So you'll be able to pinpoint what events trigger your stress and how you react to them and how you can now react to them in a healthier way. That makes sense? Yeah.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. The next thing you want to do is communicate with your loved ones. You may be pushing your loved ones away because of relationship patterns you experienced as a child or in the past. To explore why you're sabotaging important relationships, journaling again can help you understand common patterns and habits that we have that may have come from before the relationship that you're in now. Be sure to communicate to your loved ones about the findings and your work on responding positively during conversations in order to build healthier relationships. You know, it takes two to argue. It takes two to make a bad day sometimes. Well, maybe not to make a bad day, because some people wake up in bad moods. But it's important for us um, to recognize when we are contributing to the problem. Practice positive self-talk. When your internal narrative or your inner voice is uplifting and fueled with understanding thoughts, unlike negative self-talk, it can lead to, negative self-talk, it leads to low self-esteem, lack of self-worth. Positive self-talk helps to reduce stress, ease anxiety, and encourage healthy habits. So work on changing your self-talk by practicing, perhaps using positive phrases or mantras, focusing on your own personal self-care throughout the day. So find the words that get you moving and use them. And lastly, if you really need to get professional support, if you aren't able to control your self-sabotaging behaviors on your own, seek coaching, therapy. That all has proven to be an excellent option for people who engage in self-destructive actions. It helps to bring causes of the self-sabotage to the surface so that you can face them and formulate a plan to better respond to your triggers and your stressors. Ask for help, not because you're weak. Ask for help because you're strong. Strong people ask for help. Ask him. Hello? I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to call people and, have the conversations. And I check on people too. And people call me too. So pick up the phone and call. Do. Get yourself some help. I host a 15-minute virtual tea. You can always hop on my calendar and talk for 15 minutes or longer. But in conclusion, self-sabotaging can occur when a person engages in behaviors that reduce your own abilities to receive your goals. There are reasons why people may be stuck in this cycle, including a lack of confidence and fear and procrastination and tendency to place blame on other people. But there are ways to stop it, including pinpointing the triggers of stress and negativity. Make a plan of goals with a vision board. Practice positive self-talk. Communicate with your loved ones. Seek help from professionals when you aren't able to change your behaviors on your own. It is so important to do so. So stop self-sabotaging. Get with the people that can help you to do better, be better, and feel better, and know that you are not alone. There are a lot of people doing the same thing. I think a lot of times what people believe is that I'm the only one doing this. Everybody else is doing so great, but I'm the only one jacking my own self up. Don't you believe
Can I
it?
ask you a question?
Yes.
We got to stop because we got 4 minutes. So
I
we're
know.
going to talk about a little bit, sister. We can't go let you late. You ain't leaving this joint without giving me some information. Listen to me for a second. What is an affirmation, Darlaina? What about an affirming? Like you can, it
Yes.
says, I have to become intentional.
Yes.
So remember, I would always say, talk to your money.
Yep.
Money, and then you say money comes to you freely, the way you want it to happen. This is how you gotta, and you gotta keep saying it until you believe.
Yep.
So if you believe you're there, then you gotta affirm it the other. So you write it down,
Make it plain.
and then you keep saying it over. So you got, like, he woke up this morning and I said the first thing he said, be grateful.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta be grateful
You
for
got
everything.
to.
Like we just said something. We went to the casino. You know how the casino wins? Because most people are fear when they go to the casino. The first thing they're gonna do is, I'm not gonna play the maximum bet. I'm gonna play what? The minimum bet. So at the end of the day, why are you playing the minimum bet? Why you don't just go? You went to the casino, you went to win money. Why do you? And I'm a victim of, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You definitely
And
have
it's just
to. Affirmation absolutely work. You have to be in gratitude for everything. One of my friends left New Jersey, moved to California, is now a working actor in California, and her memory that came up 6 years ago was, "I'm so grateful for my bed to go to sleep." And then she said, "Oh, that's right. I don't have a bed. I'm sleeping on my friend's couch." That was 6 years ago. Now she does have a bed, and she is sleeping on her bed. And so she's so grateful for that 6 years. So we have to be grateful if you only got a couch. Be grateful
in the place you're
in the place that you're in, because God won't give you no more until you're grateful for what you got. Because if He give you more,
go ahead. Talk, Lynn, talk.
I know.
Listen. We gotta listen here.
Yeah.
We gotta get this together. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, but like I was telling Kemp, we did go to the casino, and the story that he was telling you was the story of he and I. I mean, you know, guys, transparent, and like the stuff that we talk about, you know, we talk about it because we experienced it. I'll get a little bit of money, and I said, I'm gonna do the minimum bet because then I'll be able to play longer. You know, but that was my thought process. See, Marcus, I know Marcus, man, I'm gonna talk to Marcus for a second. But that was my thought process. And then the neighbor, she goes with us. She won like $100, and I'm sitting there. I was cheering her on. I was cheering harder for her. I was cheering for myself. Wow. But here's the thing. She won $100. She took the tips and immediately said, I never win anything. And me and Kemp was like, oh, get away from us.
I said, you got to go. You got to get, oh my God. That's like, look, you just won.
You just won. Okay. The universe was talking to you at that precise second.
Yes.
The universe was talking to you. The universe gave you $100, and then you turned around and told the universe, yeah, but I never won anything. Like that energy just zapped, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to be happy for you. And I said, I didn't win $100, but I was excited about what I did win.
Yes.
You know, it's all about being grateful, because what are you going to do with that $100?
Yeah.
I said, you negated everything. And we do that with these negative affirmations. We spend a lot of time on the positive affirmations, but there's negative affirmations that are out there that we talk about each and every day, that we say, and that's the sabotage.
Yes.
Okay, now you can listen to Darlaina, you can go on YouTube and listen to Les Brown and Tony Robbins and put Post-its on your mirrors. You can do all of that. It's the negative stuff that you say, I gotta get up and go to work. Okay, you know, I gotta rob Peter to pay Paul, or whatever that one. I forgot that one. You know, all of the little negative stuff that you say, and you embody it. Like, we embody it and we embrace it. I don't know why I'm always a procrastinator. Stop saying that.
I just told him to believe. That's why you got to go and affirm it. That's what the affirmation. Get out of that.
Yeah.
So that to yourself. So wow. Excellent, boo. I love this girl. Darlaina, you hit me all day long today. You done it, dang it. I swear to goodness. Oh my gosh. Marcus, you gotta say something, bro. Say something. Was it good today? Was it good? What?
Oh, she's on point today, dude.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I got a question though for you, Kemp. I need the recording of this.
Okay.
I need the recording of this, because this one needs to get out.
Yes,
Oh,
I'll give it to you.
Oh,
I got it.
Suck it down. I love it. I appreciate y'all.
Y'all been up in my house. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Hey, Marcus, you don't have to get rid of any of
I'm just saying.
Hey, Marcus, you hear me?
I said, the good thing is you don't have to get rid of no appliances today.
Exactly. I get to keep them.
Stop with the negative thoughts. Isn't that
That's what I'm talking about.
He'll be back this time next week.
That's why we in gratitude. We in gratitude.
Thank you, Darlaina.
Yes.
We love you all, guys. Take control over your life, because if you know somebody else will, affirm those things you think they are. You might be right, but guess what? Go ahead and affirm it that it ain't gonna happen no more. That's it. Today is the last day. Hello. Yes. Have a great day. Love you all. It's good to see you, Sharon. She was here yesterday, but love you all. God bless you. All right, Curtis, what's up, bro? You all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm fine, man.
Absolute. Good night, everybody.
Later. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching my Life-Changing Alliances family. I hope that you are not self-sabotaging your life. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye for now. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.